Welcome to qnawire.
All right, so to get started, I've placed some key x values on the x-axis. I used -1, 0, 2, and 4. So the first statement here basically says that our slope is equal at 0 and 4, and that slope is given to us as 0. So what that's going to look like is a horizontal tangent line. It's going to be either the top of a hill, we call that a maximum, or the bottom of a valley, we call that a minimum. So one of those two things is occurring. Just keeping that in mind. The slope equals 1 if x is less than -1. So that's going to be a +1 slope. So you can really place your function anywhere here. Just make sure that it's a positive slope at -1. And these are just notes so that I can kind of formulate a sketch later. The next piece says that our slope is greater than 0, so positive slope, for x values between 0 and 2. So again, between 0 and 2, we've got a positive slope, just kind of making a mental note here. Negative slope between -1 and 0, or 2 and 4, or x values greater than 4. So there we go. And then our limit as x approaches 2 from the left is infinite. Our limit as we approach 2 from the right is negative. So that indicates that there's probably some sort of asymptote here happening at 2. So I'm going to put a little dotted line in here to indicate that. Okay. The second derivative is greater than 0, indicates that your graph is concave up between -1 and 2. So that kind of agrees with what we already had here. We knew that we were going to go from a negative slope to a positive slope, so that is concave up. And f double prime less than 0 indicates that it's going to be concave down for, looks like, values greater than 4. So that also kind of agrees with what we already had. All right, so just keeping in mind that we're going to have a horizontal asymptote at 0 and 4. All right, so I'm just going to sketch my graph now in green. And this is a pretty open-ended sketch. You could have given many different options for this function here. This is just a rough sketch. So I'm going to do my graph up here just to keep out of the way. All right, and then we're going up to positive infinity here. 0, and then there we go. And then on the other side here, we are decreasing, just like so.